Alright everyone, we got the mailbag here. Obviously, if you notice, if you've been watching the show, I called this the mailbag. It's not always the mailbag because, of course, I'm not always getting something new in. I don't, unable to get a package on a weekly basis or anything. So, on the times that I don't actually show you a new package, I'll obviously just show you some random stuff from my collection to keep it interesting. I do have a few cool things actually on its way, so hopefully I will have some true live unboxings coming up. You all see how well the last one went, and now that I'm able to remain package abstinent. You all saw that long road if you watched that video. So today I got a couple of things from my collection. I got to preface this by saying this is a particular movie that I don't love this film. I definitely like it, but I don't know if I love it enough to warrant having as many editions of it that I do. But we're collectors, right? Since when do we have to have like prerequisites to what we buy in our collections? But I follow that also by saying there are, I don't know about the rest of you, but within my horror collection I take it very seriously. And if you're in my horror collection, you've kind of earned it. Meaning if I watch a horror film, I don't like it, it's not in my collection, I get rid of it. Everything in my collection I have to either like or love, and it has to have replay value. It has to be something I would recommend. So I just take my films very seriously. I don't keep stuff that I just don't like or will never watch again. But there are a couple exceptions to that. One of them is, to give you a couple examples of that, this is a good example. The film Blood Night, sorry for the glare, The Legend of Mary Hatchet. You know what, not a good film. I was hoping it was. I like the story. It was an old school slasher story. Honestly, not very good. But you know what? It has Danielle Harris as the lead. I adore her, and she was so fucking hot in this movie, and it's in my collection because of that. And it's not even like, she's, unfortunately, Danielle Harris is in in my opinion, a lot of crappy horror movies, and a lot of them I don't have. So it's not just like, I own all her films because it's her. I hate Rob Zombie's Halloween movies, and she's in those, but I don't own them. I refuse to. Anyway, here's an example of a film that I don't particularly like, but she's so uber hot in it, I had to keep it. Another example would be this film, Darkness. It's a vampire film. I'm sure a lot of you out there like this. It's kind of well respected within the vampire horror underground. I didn't like it, but the last 5 minutes of this film, last 5 to 10 minutes of this film, I thought was absolutely amazing. I wish the rest of the film was as good. There's a picture of it right there. Some of the effects in that trippy ending were so phenomenal that's why I still have this film in my collection. So there are certain examples of things. There's a particular reason why I'll keep a film in my collection that I wasn't particularly big on. But here's one where, for a mainstream Hollywood horror film, it's solid. But the number one reason that I have like kind of these cool editions of this film, you have when you put this actress and then give her a leg with a gun. Are you kidding me? That's Planet Terror. You get Rose McGowan and you give her a gun leg and you throw some zombies in the film. I'm going to be into it enough to buy some of these cool editions that they made for this film. Like I said, I don't dislike this film. It's pretty good. It's entertaining. Like I said, for like a mainstream Hollywood film, it's pretty good. And they've made a lot of cool editions of this. I'll show you a couple right now. There's a Steelbook too, which is kind of plain but cool. I have that as well, but I won't show that. This is the probably many of you have probably seen other YouTubers show this for. It's like they call it the canister edition, or there's different names for this. But anyway, it has like a cool like canister lid, like that, like a gas can type thing, and really nice tin, really sturdy, strong. It's a 2-disc edition, the classic cover there. I believe they made one of these for, did they make, I think, a Death Proof one, which was the other Rodriguez Grindhouse movie, and I believe they did one for Bitch Slap, which I, believe it or not, wasn't really interested in seeing. But really cool stuff on the inside of this, just to show you. It's one of the cooler editions out there. I'm trying to get all this stuff out of here. There's so much stuff crammed in here. Bear with me. Alright, now that now that like 10 minutes have passed of me off camera trying to get this shit out one-handed, we're back to present day here. I like to see someone do this one-handed with all the cardboard in there. Postcard you get with it. This is a cool the barbecue, if you've seen the movie, the barbecue sauce, an actual recipe. I should actually try. I love barbecue. I should actually try doing this recipe and see if it's actually legit, or maybe it tastes like shit. Funny thing is, it actually smells like barbecue sauce. Like, well, that's what it says, but it actually smells like really shitty, like basically cardboard with some type of scent. But nonetheless, it's supposed to be like barbecue scent. But really cool. You get this like blood pack, kind of like that one edition of Itchy the Killer, if you have that one. It's called the blood pack, which is really cool plastic with the red liquid inside. Awesome. My Itchy the Killer one dried up and really sucked. And then you got this cool kind of like really almost like looks like eco-friendly cardboard digipack. Really basic, but really cool pics on the inside. There's a lovely rose. Marilyn Manson, how did you fuck that relationship up? You are an idiot. There's things under the. It's just a nice digipack. It's a really cool edition. And it's not incredibly hard to find. So these are the discs that they actually smell. They do smell. I don't think it smells like I mean, I like barbecue sauce and definitely exudes some type of scent, but I'm not sure how to explain it. But very cool. Anytime you have like a scented DVD, how often do you see that? It's really cool stuff in there. Really cool tin. Again, it's not incredibly hard to find if you don't have it yet. You could probably easily find it. Really cool edition. A thick tin. And like I said, there's a steelbook I have of it. I won't show that. I want to keep this relatively quick here. This is a Hungarian digipack of this. I just really like this edition. There's the cover, the standard cover. But I like the digipack itself. There's a cool picture of the other chick whose actress name escapes me. But there's one particular reason in particular that I got this digipack. Okay, there's a cool picture. There's that guy. Ultimately, this picture under the disc here is why I got this. I mean, this was just awesome. I mean, look at that. For you Rose McGowan fans, I mean, that is badass. It's her on the stage, you know, pre-losing the leg. Just awesome picture. Had to get that. Just a cool. I have a couple Hungarian digipacks, and they're really nice. They're by the same company, and they just put out really cool digipacks. So there you go. A couple items from a film that I don't know if I love enough to have all these editions. Nonetheless, they're really cool. And Rose McGowan with a gun leg. I mean, do I really have to explain myself? Alright, there you go. Let's get back to the show. Got some vampire films to recommend. Alright, cool mailbag, was it not? Drinking a beer here. I've been on a Spanish horror kick lately for some reason, and if you're gonna watch Spanish horror, you gotta drink some Dos Equis, man. One of my favorites, and to my pleasant surprise today, I looked in the fridge and there was one left, so cheers. Alright, get to the two films I told you about. Actually, you know what, I forgot to grab them, so hold on a second. Sorry, I'm not with it today. Just completely unprepared. Obviously, I was not a Boy Scout, believe it or not. Probably surprises some of you. Alright, the vampire films. Two of them here. Independent. Just fantastic. And honestly, these two here are probably two of my favorite vampire films, period, just of all time. I mean, there's obviously a lot of great ones out there. But, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these two should be right up there with some of the best ones. And maybe you haven't heard of them. If you had and you like them, leave a comment. Let me know if you agree or not. This first one, this guy, I love this guy. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff in his career. Really a big name in the independent scene. I don't like all of his stuff, but a lot of it I do like. But he's just, I respect him so much because he's such a throwback. Some of them, he writes them, he directs them, he produces them, he acts in some of them. And this is a perfect case in point of that. And that guy is Larry Fessenden. This film is called Habit from 1997. That's him on the cover. total like Ed Wood style. He wrote it, directed it, starred in it. A little more quality than Ed Wood. No disrespect to Ed Wood, love Ed Wood. But anyway, really a more realistic approach to the vampire story. This isn't like a, romantic, just like superfluous story. This is just more simple. It's set in New York City, modern day. Just more realistic take on the whole vampire story. And really like that. And almost takes like a drug addiction approach to it. This guy meets at a Halloween party. I like that the movie starts off like on near Halloween at a party, and he goes and he meets this chick that he's really fascinated with. Fast forward a bit, ends up making out with her. Of course, she's a vampire. Craziness ensues. Again, character driven. He's got a group of friends that are featured in the film, so it's mostly him, the vampire girl, I'll call her, and this small group of friends, and that's basically what the whole film revolves around. Great script, great dialogue. Larry is just fantastic in this as the lead character, and it just at times really intense. There's definitely some eroticism to it, but not in that gothic way, just in a modern way. Like I said, it's a lot, has a certain drug addiction movie type feel to it, because they take that vampirism kind of as drug addiction, the blood and everything. And just incredible movie. I mean, there's another one I picked up for really cheap. I kind of heard about this film throughout the years. Took me a while to get it. I like Larry Fessenden, so it was I had some expectations for it, but they far exceeded them. A fantastic, creative, different vampire film. If you haven't seen this, please check this out. Let's have it. Fantastic. Great ending too. I mean, I love the ending in this film. Heavy on character development, on dialogue. I love that. Something refreshing. Have it, from 1997. Alright, this last one here, the other vampire one. This is from 2008, and it's another Swedish vampire film. I've heard it, even on the box it says that, I've heard it kind of compared to Let the Right One In. Obviously, it came out right around the same time. It's also a Swedish vampire film. I assume that it didn't get a lot of credit because maybe people just considered it was like a Let the Right One In ripoff, or it just kind of got overshadowed from that film. By no means am I saying that it's as good or better than Let the Right One In. I mean, that film was amazing. That was in one of my 8 films to die for a couple episodes ago. This one is absolutely fantastic, and it deserves credit, and I don't get why it's kind of been overshadowed. And honestly, like, I kind of just picked this one up on my own research and really didn't hear about it from anybody. And this really, of all the films I'm recommending today, this is truly is the complete penultimate example of character driven, and this is a dialogue film, big time. Not a lot of action, not a lot of gore, a little bit of gore, and it's really well done. This is like truly a character movie. Basically just about these two sisters who are vampires, and again, it's a modern day, more realistic approach, much like Habit. It's not like a fantasy world or anything, and it's basically them dealing with being vampires, and one of the sisters basically wants to move on and try to live a more normal life, and the other sister, or younger sister, kind of resents that and just wants them to they're very close, the two sisters, and the younger sister kind of wants them to just try to continue living the way they are, and the other sister wants to just kind of meet a guy and move on and try to deal with being a vampire in a much more subdued way. And it's just basically about their relationship and dealing with that fact, and it's all set around basically one night that they went out and they're dealing with all these issues, and it's a vampire drama. It's really fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And it's called Not Like Others. Yeah, from 2008. Not a long film. I think it's 72 minutes. So if I'm already boring you with the description, it's not a long film. But honestly, I could have watched these two characters for hours. Just kind of, I almost feel like they could have made like a series out of this. I'm rambling. I gotta take a drink. Getting parched. Yeah, I could have watched these two characters for hours. Granted, they're both very easy on the eyes, much like the Headbanger. I almost got an eye cavity with these two, but just fantastic. Again, ending. They got the ending right. you could kind of see the ending coming. Nonetheless, that didn't ruin it or anything. They executed it perfectly, and it does have enough. Basically, there's these group of, I guess you call them bikers, that they meet at a bar. The one girl ends up feeding on one of them and kills them. That's basically how the movie starts. So really, as these two sisters deal with their issues throughout the whole movie, the biker group is basically coming after them, trying to find them. So there's plenty. You know, it's not just these two sisters sitting down talking to each other about being a vampire. There are tense moments, and basically throughout the whole film, this group of bikers are chasing after them, wanting to kill them to get revenge. So there's plenty of tense moments. Absolutely fantastic. I don't get why this movie hasn't got more acclaim within the horror community. Not like others. If you haven't seen this, please check this out. I don't believe this is available in North America. I got this from the UK on eBay. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. It's one of my favorite vampire films, and it's just different, creative, refreshing, original. Absolutely fantastic. So that's The Dead Outside and Edges of Darkness for a couple of indie zombie films, and we got Habit and Not Like Others for vampires. That's really it. Kind of a shorter episode today, especially compared to my last few. Appreciate all the subscribers, all the new subscribers, all you people leaving comments and watching, having the patience to sit through these videos, man. I really enjoy doing them. I appreciate all your support. We got a lot of cool things coming up on the Horrors Ball. We got my contest coming up, I promise. I've been saying that. Waiting for a particular thing to come in that I ordered for it. I hope you guys like it. It'll be for my 100 subscribers. I'm all over that now. But so please look for that coming up. Hopefully I get a good response from that, the contest. And I've got a few other things, some good shows coming up. We got YouTube Sweeps Week. Our Sweeps Month is coming up. I'll explain that at a later date. I got the 10th episode of Horrors Ball that we are drawing close to. So I'm going to have a big special 10th episode of the ball. I think you guys really like it. It'll be really big, epic. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you soon. Remember, scare yourself and each other. See you later.